So when did it get this bad? And how did it get this bad? In a location where it has been scientifically proven that the first man and the first woman came from, existed, a place of the beginning of all human existence, the woman. Africa, a continent so blessed in so many ways, but most especially culturally, where the level of morality is of great standard. And that is before colonization. And what we hear these days, historically, is what happened during colonization and after colonization. No one ever talk about pre-colonization Africa. No one ever talk about how the culture really thrived, how the people lived, how life was, how high the ethical value was. All this is not stated in most historical records. All we hear is Africans were enslaved, the culture is diabolic, the culture is demonic, you shouldn't practice certain aspect of the African culture. That's what we hear of. What about pre-colonization? How did these people live? How was it like? Does anyone ever ask that question? I do. And I'm sure so many people out there do ask that question, but don't really get answers, because what is being circulated mostly is colonization, enslavement, poverty of this sect of people. Hello everyone, welcome back to Breakage Barriers. My name is Blessing, but you can call me Lady B. We are talking about the woman here. How did that level of woman subjugation, how did that continent get to this level of woman subjugation in that part of the world? If the first mother of the earth was an African. And as some archaeologists have gathered, it is found that the African culture pre-colonization was that of matriarchy. Yes, matriarchy was the normative pre-colonization in the ancient African culture. It was when that continent went through deep type of colonization, where there was a lot of dehumanization, high level of trauma with the people in that part of that continent, that the level of moral ethical value dropped, especially for the woman, the African woman. Why? Because the African women during colonization were degraded, raped, beaten, forced to procreate for colonization to flourish, because they needed more Africans to be bettered so they could work in the field during colonization. That was how bad the effect of colonization was on the African people, most especially the African woman. So it was during that experience that the value of the African woman took a downturn. And we all know how long colonization lasted for. Well, presumptuously know how long. Some say it's 500 years, some say 600 years or more. And during this time, the African culture was stripped of the level of ethical value that pre-existed. So all we've had all through those 500 years or more was the dehumanization of the African woman, which did not just stop in the African continent, because we all know Africa was not the only country that went through colonization. This also extended to so many other parts of the world, like in Asia. They also experienced colonization and they were dehumanized. And this is how the demoralization of the woman grew, because they were seen as a sex symbol with all manner of degrading name being meted against the woman. So it's not just the African woman that experienced this, but the woman in general. The woman in general has been so demoralized and in most cases seen as a sex symbol. But the place of a woman generally is way more than that. This place of a woman generally comprises of being a builder, a nurturer, a life giver, a mother, the respected part of the human existence. Like I said in my previous videos, a place where life is bettered. She has given to nature. She gives to the universe, humanity. But rather than humanity in general, appreciating this human being who has given so much to the universe and given so much to humanity by way of procreation, by way of nurturing, by way of motherhood, builder is only for her to be degraded. It's only for her to be devalued, seconded, become the unpreferred, the one that should be behind, and for her voice not to be heard. Humanity needs to do much more than this. Humanity needs to embrace the value of a woman. For us as humans to be able to do this, much is needed to be given to the woman. The woman needs to be educated because the woman is the builder of the human race. The woman is the one who spends much time with the bettered, that's the children, because she is around the children, giving, nurturing, teaching, loving, raising these humans who will later grow up and be able to give back, or supposedly give back to the universe, to the woman. So we are not talking about making the woman higher than the man. We are talking about appreciation here. We are talking about giving back here. We are talking about loving back. We are talking about thanksgiving. So the least any society can do for a woman is to protect that woman, is to educate that woman, is to give accessibility of any great opportunity to that woman. Yes. Is to allow that woman to continue to nurture, to give the woman the platform to continue to nurture humanity. Because it is by so doing that any society can get back better humans, better citizens, better nation, great human moral ethical value in that society or community. It is the education of the woman that determines how a society turns out. If any woman is being suppressed, that society is going to end up being a suppressive society or oppressive society. When the moral ethical value of a woman is downgraded, take note of that society. You find that the moral ethical value of that society is very low as well. Building a woman, educating a woman, allowing a woman to be the natural nurturer that she is created to be, allows for a better society, morally and ethically. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Take care now. Bye.